a sport for the young girls who start at age 4, 5, or 6. It's a way of life, long hours in the gym nearly every day of the year, year after year after year. It's a total commitment for these athletes and also for their parents who work so hard and sacrifice so much just to help out. Tonight, we'll meet some of those who have dedicated their lives to gymnastics. Young women like Dominique Moceanu, daughter of Romanian gymnast parents, seemingly born for this sport. She's already tasted Olympic success, but now, after 2 full years away from competition, she is back in the heat of battle, facing her own nerves as well as the physical demands of this sport. And Amy Walker, who certainly was not born for this sport, totally deaf since birth and blind in one eye, she is pursuing her gymnastics dream as well. But first, this is Vanessa Atler, talented enough to share a national title a few years ago. She has since fallen from gymnastics grace, and with Olympic trials now close at hand, she is struggling to make a new start in this difficult sport.
When she burst onto the U.S. scene back in 1997, she seemed destined for stardom. Well, she may still be on that road, but her path has taken a couple of unexpected detours. First of all, she moved from California to Texas. She changed coaches, and recently she had a couple of ankle surgeries. She says here that she's fit and ready to go tonight. Now, back in 1999 at the World Championships, she fell off the balance beam in the competition in China. The beam, of course, is the ultimate test of nerves for the women. Vanessa Atler will start her competition tonight on the beam, and we'll see if she can keep those nerves in check.
Miss Coping does very well, and I think I'm more nervous than she is during these meets.
I'm just completely nervous for this one because it's so close to the Olympics, and since she was 5 years old, this has been her dream is, make the Olympic team, and I think this meet's really important because it's the first one leading into it. And I think going through my mind is just, I just want her to go away feeling good about herself, whatever that is. It's not really a matter of where she places or anything. She walks away from this meet feeling good.
Vanessa Atler is about to start the balance beam, the first of 4 different events women gymnasts perform. Because of her time away from competition and her injuries, Vanessa will try all 4 tonight for the first time in almost a year. Each event demands utmost concentration. Vanessa cannot afford to lose focus. There's a lapse in concentration right there. Former Olympic gymnasts Bart Connor and Amanda Borden pick up the action.
Amanda, some gymnasts like to start on the beam to get it out of the way. Some hate it because it is such a nerve-wracking event. How did you prefer it?
I prefer to end on the balance beam. It can be very difficult to start just focused right away in a competition. You just warmed up, everything's rushed, you just marched out. Very important to get your focus right away because you don't have time to waste. She's doing a pretty good job here.
She's one of those types of gymnasts who's always had enough power to spare. Sometimes it's difficult for a really powerful gymnast to keep that power in check on the beam. Is that right?
Definitely. I think when you get in a competition, you always have a little more adrenaline, a little more rotation on everything. Beam is an event you want to be in control of. You want to know exactly where your body is at all times.
After that bobble towards the beginning of the routine. Clean finish and a beautiful round-off back handspring to a double back at the end.
A look at Vanessa's face shows her own mixed emotions about this performance on the balance beam. Although she almost stumbled off near the start of the routine, Atler was able to hold things together and finish strongly. With Atler, it's all about self-confidence. We'll see if her confidence level remains high for the rest of this competition.
3 of my former Atlanta teammates are here tonight, and they know pressure better than anyone. Starting on the vault is Dominique Moceanu, and this is her first competition in 2 years. And to be honest with you, I've never seen her this nervous, but I've also never seen her want something more than another chance at the Olympic Games.
For Moceanu, that chance starts right now. A national champion at the tender age of 13, followed by a team gold medal in the '96 Olympic Games, And then a painful and public court fight and separation from her father. A battle for her own financial and emotional independence that took her away from this sport for 2 years. Dominique returned to training in only January of this year, but she's been working hard for just this moment.
You can almost feel the tension with Dominique Moceanu. This is her first attempt at serious gymnastics competition since the 98 Goodwill Games.
Great start.
Her coach, Mary Lee Tracy, mentioned yesterday that Dominique is just getting into shape in the nick of time.
Getting into physical shape. But how would Dominique feel emotionally about another trip to the Olympic Games?
I'd be the happiest person if I could make the second Olympic team. I'd be, it'd be great. It would make everything that's happened the last 4 years worthwhile, just all the, tears and all the sweat and the blood and, everything that happened.
Women vault twice in gymnastics. Their two sports are then averaged together. So Moceanu must now battle the pressure again and try to improve on her second vault attempt.
Great vault. That's exactly what she did in the Olympics, and she did have trouble 4 years ago, but it looks like her confidence is there. I had a chance to talk to her, and she said, I've been working so hard. I want this so bad, and she looks like she's off to a great start.
Despite their nerves, pretty successful starts for Vanessa Atler and Dominique Moceanu as U.S. gymnasts battle for gold. And when we return, 1996 Olympian J.C. Phelps makes a dramatic return to competition after injuries, a comeback her doctors told her would never take place. And next, Alyssa Beckerman, who's got plenty of talent and the personality to match.
The world's greatest gymnast with the biggest tricks, flipping right from Sydney to a city near you in the TJ Maxx 2000 Tour of World Gymnastics Champions. Don't miss Team USA, featuring Elise Ray, Blaine Wilson, Kristen Maloney, Morgan White, along with Shannon Miller, Dominique Moceanu, and the International Olympic stars. All live in the TJ Maxx 2000 Tour of World Gymnastics Champions. Coming to a city near you this October through December 2000. Visit gymnasticstour.com for more information.
U.S. Classic is one of the final tests before Olympic trials itself.
4 years ago, I was here, 96 Olympic year, my first ever American Classic, and it was here. Scariest thing ever, because I remember every detail of this arena, every little tiny detail. Your first ever Classic, that's like going to the show when you're that young, and it's your first time out as an elite. It's the biggest experience, most scariest thing ever, and I just remember every detail because I was petrified.
She's not a scared, inexperienced gymnast anymore. Alyssa Beckerman has become one of the best gymnasts on the United States national team. But if she has a weakness, it's on this event. Her vault is not technically difficult for start value, meaning the best score she can get is just 9.6 out of 10. Oh, short landing and an extra step. With her low start value, that may be a costly mistake for coach Mary Lee Tracy.
Alyssa struggles on vault. Alyssa, that's her hardest event, and she's very, very hard for her. And the fact that she was on her feet was a big thing for her. She knows, and I know, it isn't what it needs to be, but it was an accomplishment for her because she has just really struggled mentally with vaulting.
One of the more difficult aspects of gymnastics competition is the mental part. The physical skills look and are difficult enough, but at a competition where 4 different events must be performed, keeping your mental focus and concentration is just as important. A clean landing and a better vault. Her toughest event now over, Alyssa's task is now to forget vault and concentrate on the apparatus she'll be moving to next. This is Morgan White, 17 years old, another of Mary Lee Tracy's team from Cincinnati. Serious and intense about her gymnastics. Her second vault. Morgan has had great success this past year, and her achievements and success have raised expectations both her own and those others have for her. She's a legitimate threat to win this event. J.C. Phelps won Olympic gold in Atlanta as part of the winning USA team. But after those Olympics, serious knee injuries had her seriously thinking of retiring. But J.C. is back competing once again despite 4 years off and following 3 separate surgeries.
The one in 97 was a pretty complicated surgery. It was a meniscus transplant, something that was a really new procedure. The doctor said that most likely I wouldn't be able to get back to this level of competition again, but they weren't sure. I was disappointed. It was my whole life since I was 4 years old, and to have someone say that, that can't be part of your life anymore, it's pretty upsetting. I was on crutches for 6 weeks, and then after that, no running, no jumping, no punching, anything. The original plan when I started training in January was that I would get bars and beams down, and then the next step would be to get vault down, and then after that I would try tumbling and see how that was. And I've actually been able to train all 4 events for about a month or 2 now, so I'm way ahead of schedule than what we thought I'd be able to do. It's good to be back. It's fun.
On the bars now, J.C. Phelps, Amanda, your teammate and soulmate in many ways. This has to be kind of emotional for you as well.
Definitely different watching her and not competing myself. I had the chance to stay with her last night, and it felt so weird to have one of us competing and not the other. She was confident.
She's always been strong with clean technique on the bars.
Nice project. Only did this not last.
What a moment for J.C. Phelps. Her first event in competition in 4 years and a clean performance on the uneven bars. How does she feel? Who knows better than her mom, Cheryl?
Well, it's hard to tell with J.C., but I would say the thoughts going through her mind are that I did it, I'm here. I've been told I could never compete again, but I'm doing it. And I think that's what it's all about today, is just that she's here again competing, and if she didn't ever think she'd be able to do that again. So that's a big accomplishment for her, yeah.
When you think about the pounding on knees and ankles that all gymnasts take, think about the courage of J.C. Phelps, an athlete with nothing left to prove, back training and competing, and successfully landing on knees that have already gone through so much, all to be part of another Olympic team. The Olympics are very much on the mind of this man, Bela Karolyi, coach of gymnastics legends Nadia Comaneci and Mary Lou Retton, and the head of the Women's Olympic Selection Committee. Bela will be watching this woman, Amy Chow, another Olympic teammate of J.C. Phelps and Amanda Borton. Chow competes when we come back. But next, Bela Karolyi speaks about the battle between the Olympic veterans and the sport's rising stars. In 6th place at the World Championships in 1999, gymnastics guru Bela Karolyi was brought out of retirement to help the women's program. And some Olympic veterans then came out of retirement to battle the new rising stars of the sport.
Of course, the older generation now is facing the challenge of the younger generation. I would say here it is the well-balanced, sturdiness. Again, the fire, the young ones, the ones who are coming behind it, they're claiming a seat under the sun, a very good place under the sun. And I believe the the old-timers are looking over their shoulder and feel the heat. The older generation with the maturity, the experience, and the younger generation, the hunger, the fire. I want to have that opportunity. I want to grab this ultimate opportunity to be an Olympian. And that's going to create this type of environment, which is very, very interesting to watch. But again, there's nobody secure at this point. The field is wide open, and the final outcome also will be exclusively determined by the individual performances.
Over the past year, Amy Chow is the one person from the gold medal winning American team from 1996 who has looked the most prepared for another Olympic try. She is the one member of the class of 96 who did not take a large amount of time away from her sport. And she's been on tour and appeared several times in exhibitions despite a pre-med schedule at Stanford University.
I always felt like after the 96 Olympics, Amy should continue, and I always encouraged her. So she never really stopped competing, but she's back and on the road.
Very nice height and distance in that complicated ball.
Amy Chow looking as strong as ever. Before the meet, Amanda caught up with her old friend and teammate.
Amy, last time I saw you were at World Championship trials. Now you're on your road to the Olympics again. Can you tell me what makes you keep wanting to do this?
I'm excited to be back, and there's something I miss about gymnastics. I can't tell you quite what, but I'm excited.
Well, I know for me it's been 4 years too, and I still miss it just as much. But can you tell me how is it different going into the 2000 games?
I think it's a little different because I know what to expect now.
That's right, I'm sure you're a little bit more confident, but how's the old body holding up?
Pretty good.
Good. Well, good luck here, and good luck down the road.
Thank you.
Second ball now for Amy Chow. Forward flipping ball.
Wow. I think that was better than it was 4 years ago.
She has always had terrific technique and the power to go with it.
Amy's not lost anything in 4 years, I tell you. I think going on tour, she always maintained her difficulty, and now she still has it and is doing more.
One of the rising stars Bella Caroli mentioned, seeking her first Olympic experience, is Kristen Maloney. Maloney needs a positive attitude. She has had to cope with a series of injuries the past few years, leg problems that included surgery to place a metal rod in her shin and recent shoulder surgery that has tested her resolve.
It seemed like it took forever for me to get back. It was really hard for me to wait that long, but it's something that I had to do to get better, so I was really scared when, he said about how long the shrinkage would take, and I didn't want him to do that because I didn't want to be out that long, and I got really scared, but I knew it would be better for me to get it done, and so I wouldn't be in pain.
For a gymnast, shoulder strength is critical, especially on an event such as the uneven bar.
After the uneven bar competition, our next competitor is Kristen Maloney.
Just 19 years of age, Kristen Maloney already has 2 moves named after her on the uneven bars. Interestingly enough, it's not actually her best event, but she has some original skills.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Good transition to the low bar. She's had a shoulder surgery and a rod put in the shin of one of her legs.
Despite all those injuries, an impressive job on uneven bars by Kristen Maloney. If she stays healthy, Maloney's talent virtually assures her a spot on the Olympic team. Not all the gymnasts here have the abilities or realistic hopes for the Olympics. Some, including our harpist, Tara Chelevold, have more modest goals. But Tara, for one, is not lacking for talent.
I graduated from high school at age 15. I started school when I was 4, and then I combined my 10th and 11th grade years, so I ended up graduating a couple years early. And then I took some correspondence classes in high school, and so by the time I graduated high school, I already had 22 college credits. And right now I'm 17 and I'm a junior at ECO in college.
Our next competitor on the floor at your side. Please welcome Tara Shellavold.
Well, she's 18 years old today. Tara Shellavold, originally from Arizona, now training at the Bart Connor Gymnastic Academy, Norman, Oklahoma. And you want to talk about a multi-talented young lady. As you saw, she plays the harp. She writes stage plays, lyrics, poetry. And on the side, she does a little gymnastics.
Beautiful dancer.
During floor exercise, gymnasts have two main responsibilities. Dance performance, which gives bonus points to help boost the score, and tumbling, usually 3 or 4 passes across the floor.
Nice front double pull. Actually, a very difficult pass to do. 2 twists, which is 1 front flip.
I think one of the great things about tonight's show is even though we're focusing on some of the superstars on the U.S. team like Maloney and Atler and Amy Chow, it's nice to also see Tara competing here and fighting to make her mark as a member of the national team. Here's a young lady who will have a lot of opportunities in her life.
Speaking of opportunities and making the most of them, when we return, the inspirational story of Amy Walker, blind in one eye and completely deaf and full of joy for the sport she loves. And another look at Alyssa Beckerman, moving to her second event, the uneven bar. Into celebrities. Each new Olympics inspires a new generation of competitors.
I think every little girl who gets into the sport, they dream of going to the Olympics. 2.5 years ago, the bug really got her. She thought that maybe this really could be a possibility, and that's when we decided to come here. 2 years ago, we came here to Cincinnati, and it's just been an amazing ride.
Try not to think about it too much. I mean, I'm trying right now to just let the time come and just take one day at a time, because I'll get myself crazy if I start thinking ahead too much, and if I start getting all worried now about something that's going to happen in its time. If I just take it one day at a time, I think I'll be sane.
Although she scored only an 8.837 in her first event, the vault, Alyssa Beckerman now to one of her best events, the uneven bars. And this is a critical performance for her if she hopes to be a contender for the Olympic team.
She's beautiful lines. Alyssa's biggest challenge, though, is to be mentally tough, to handle the pressure. First release move. Nice yoga.
She certainly has the execution and technique that would look good as a member of the Olympic team. Whether she has the consistency or not is another question. That was great.
An excellent bar routine by Alyssa Beckerman, an improvement over her performance on vault. She remains sane, to use her words. 4 years' experience at this level has helped her as well. This is Rachel Kidd. Fresh from junior competitions, she's a rookie much like Beckerman was 4 years ago. Now thrown in against the elite and established stars of her sport.
Well, I consider them as Olympians, of course, but I also consider them as regular gymnasts like me, and like I've trained with them before at camps, and so it's not that different. and I'm sort of used to it.
Rachel is used to competition. She comes from quite a large family.
I have 9 other siblings, and I am 7. I'm not exactly sure, but I think I'm 6.
This is the first major senior competition for Rachel, but she's showing very little rookie nervousness or other signs of inexperience.
Just a few months ago competing as a junior. Now here, demonstrating that she has the skills and the technique to contend with the top senior gymnasts as well.
Second pass, nice 2.5 French pike front.
A bobble there on her final tumbling pass. Her first real slip-up and not the best impression to leave with the judges. His inexperience showing a bit. She's not ready to challenge at the senior level just yet. Now, from the inexperienced Rachel Tidd to a 96 Olympic veteran, once again, J.C. Phelps.
Great mount, punch front. JC led our team off on just about every single event. He's a very consistent competitor.
We saw Vanessa Atler struggle a little bit with nerves and controlling herself on the beam.
JC definitely knows how to handle the nerves. Obviously, competing in the Olympics gives you a great experience. But then again, it's been 4 years. A lot of people are watching her. There's a lot of expectations. I can only imagine the pressure of being an Olympian and coming back. Everybody expecting you to be perfect.
What a different psychology there. A lot of young ladies in this room hoping someday to go to the Olympics just as a competitor. And here's a woman who already has a gold medal in her chin bag.
Wow. Same old JC.
The dismount.
Wow. Of all the events, balance beam may be the easiest on the knee, and J.C. Phelps responds with a great routine. But she moves to floor exercise next. That will be a much tougher test. Now, Morgan White at the uneven bar, looking intense as always.
Morgan White had a 9.075 in the vault. Not a bad score for her there.
She actually struggled with this move she's going to open up with right here.
Oh, just caught it.
It's a very interesting combination right here. Front staller. Healy going the other direction. Watch this.
She won the gold medal at the Pan American Games and really made her name known on the international scene.
Wow.
And once again, typical to her character, she seems to just step up and deliver a solid performance when it's needed.
Solid perhaps, but Morgan White certainly doesn't look pleased with her own performance. Her coach, Mary Lee Tracy, at her side, as always, after each event, gives her credit, though, for making the best out of an uneven performance at uneven bars.
Morgan was also incredibly nervous about bars because whole new bar routine for her also. Brand new release moves, combination work, and she was not happy after bars because that was not her bar routine that we had trained. She did some great improvising, but it wasn't the bar routine that she had trained. But the result was okay, but it was kind of, she got a nice score because it wasn't as good as she could do.
Amy Walker watches the competition on uneven bars and does her own analysis of what happens, all without saying a word. Amy is deaf. She has been since birth and uses sign language to communicate. But Amy's story is much more than that. When you see Amy at a gymnastics competition, getting ready or performing, it's nearly impossible to distinguish her from all the other kids there. That's how good she is. She even fooled her parents as an infant.
My mom and dad didn't know that I was deaf when I was first born. And I was about 9 months old, probably. And I was in the room playing in a little chair, and my dad was washing dishes, and he slipped and dropped a glass plate. And he thought, oh my gosh, that'll surely scare her. And he looked down, and I was still playing. I didn't even notice anything. Didn't even look up. And then saw my dad. He thought for sure that I had a problem. And my dad told my mom that I think maybe our daughter is deaf. And my mom said, no, that can't be. No way. My daughter can hear. I know it.
Amy couldn't hear. She's also blind in her right eye and wore braces on both hips for a full year before learning to walk. Despite doctors' predictions about her physical abilities, Amy found freedom in the gym.
My favorite event is the floor. I love it so much. I can smile and perform. When I'm practicing, my teammates, they'll show me by the rhythm in their knees, and then they'll tell me when to go, and I'll just continue. And if I make all of my tumbling perfect, I'm on time. But if I fall, sometimes I'm a little bit off my music, but usually I end perfectly with the music.
At competitions, her coach signals when her music begins. Things don't always go smoothly, yet Amy finds a way to overcome any problem that comes her way.
A few years ago, I had great choreography from Carmen. My coach told me to go, and then the coach realized it was the wrong music. It wasn't my music, it was Dixieland jazz, and I couldn't stop or they'd scratch me. So it was amazing. I'm doing my choreography with Dixieland jazz, but it was so fun because I actually won first place on it. Even with the wrong music, it was so lucky.
It's difficult to imagine any obstacle Amy can't overcome. She's handled life's hard lessons so far with a smile that always seems to be there and an attitude that won't settle for second best.
When I was little, I just always said to my mom, I want to go so bad to the Olympics. My mom said, maybe the Deaf Olympics. And I said, no, I want to go to the Hearing Olympics. So I'll keep trying, but no matter what, I'll just keep going. I love it. I love my life. I enjoy gymnastics so much.
And if Olympic dreams are not to be, Amy Walker is ready to pass along her hopes to others who need a little extra help.
I want to help handicapped children. I want to help let them know that they can do anything. I want to encourage all of them to come and feel welcome. It doesn't matter if you're handicapped, anything. You know, I really think that it's an experience that all kids need to have and know that they're welcome, no matter what their disabilities are.
Double amnesia.
Andy.
Female gymnasts perform on It's no surprise bar preparation resembles girding for battle. The bar grips are necessary to hold on as these gymnasts must perform complex moves between the high and low bars. They also must have release moves, letting go of the high bar and re-grabbing in midair. This element of danger makes uneven bars a tough physical challenge and a mental obstacle as well. A mistake on this event can haunt you for a long time. Amy Chow is one of the world's best on bars, the reigning Olympic silver medalist.
Amy Chow now. This could be one of the treats of the night. Watch this move right there. Oh,
Oh, boy.
Shocking mistake from Chow, who almost never stumbles on this, her best event.
She was working on a new move that she and her coach, Mark Young, came up with. A move that is done mostly by the men.
Amy's usually a very consistent competitor, and I think that this bar team, maybe adding a lot of new skills is just getting to her. Oh, no.
Amazingly, another fall. Her coach, Mark Young, admitted they have added difficult new skills on the uneven bars, and Amy is clearly still struggling to master them at this point. Talk about a rare event. Amy Chow, one of the finest gymnasts in the world on uneven bars, falling not once, but 2 times in one routine. But to Amy, as an Olympic veteran and a gymnast with lots of years of experience, this kind of bad performance should not affect her too much. New skills need practice, and this event is a kind of dress rehearsal for more important meets to come. In this sport, everyone makes mistakes when learning or competing new skills. The key to success is putting those mistakes behind you and moving on to the next event. Amy will need her nerves under control. She does balance beam next. Dominique Moceanu still looking a bit nervous before her turn on uneven bars.
Just 18 years of age. She's lived a pretty interesting life. An Olympic gold medal at 14. Emancipated from her family more than a year ago in a well-publicized lawsuit. Now she's back and a contender for the U.S. team. Oh. Little modification there.
This is the event that it actually took longest to get back after taking her break off, and she actually struggled a little bit yesterday in practice.
And Dominique needs a good dismount now. Remember, her efforts on vault before were slightly off.
All right. That's got to be a confident booster for her.
Amanda, she's still enormously popular, as you can hear from the crowd.
The crowd loves that routine, but once again, Moceanu looks uptight and a bit unhappy over her own performance.
Dominique was very nervous about bars. Even though she ended up doing a pretty good bar routine, that's been her most inconsistent training event. It's also just a little bit more difficult event for her. Dominique is strong, so she tries to muscle bars instead of swinging bars. And so then think about, you get uptight. You get uptight, you clench more instead of relaxing. Bars, you need to stay relaxed so that you can swing. And she was uptight about bars. And, to the crowd, it looked like a great routine. There were a couple little combinations that we know could be better, but it was a good event. And afterwards, I think she felt a lot of relief after bars was over because she was so nervous about bars.
Relief for Moceanu after 2 events. Balance beam and floor exercise still to conquer on this night.
Now on the beam, Kristen Maloney. An event where she shows a tremendous amount of difficulty.
Maloney is really the class of this field. she's been the best and most consistent U.S. gymnast for the past few years, despite all her injuries.
As powerful as she is, she has been criticized for not showing enough finesse and polish in some of her elements. You think she's improved a little bit there?
Definitely. You can just really tell that she's added some poise into her routine. She's a lot smoother. And this is the event where you can see how confident Kristen is. Never any doubt.
She had a very nagging stress fracture in her shin. For a couple of years bothered her. She finally went to the doctors and got a metal rod put in her shin. A smart move to do because she's recovered from that beautifully. Oh, beautiful. She also had a nagging shoulder injury, which she had a surgery and fixed that up, so she's all healthy and ready to go.
It's been a very solid routine getting ready for a dismount here. She back handspring to double back, looking for a clean landing. Wow. It's going to be a great score for her.
Kristen Maloney showing why she is currently one of the best women gymnasts in the country and on track for an Olympic spot. Ready for her floor routine, Vanessa Atler, usually strong on this event, her nerves seem to be showing as well. And for her family and friends up in the stands, they feel it too.
Well, Amanda, certainly one of the more compelling figures of the U.S. team, Vanessa Atler. As I mentioned, she has all the potential to be a real superstar with the explosive power of someone like Mary Lou Retton and the same kind of energetic, outgoing personality. We're about ready to see her on the floor, an event where she really has a chance to show that.
Well, she's definitely a fun athlete to watch. I love watching her floor routine. Her tumbling is outstanding. And she just seems to be a lot more confident now, especially on these two events, floor and the vault coming up next.
Coming back from 2 ankle surgeries recently, so we'll see how she can handle this first tumbling run. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Another huge tumbling run. 2.5 to a way out front.
Every time I watch her tumble, I just wonder how can she make it harder. And every time I see her again, she makes it harder.
And a spectacular triple twist. And it brought Bella Caroli to his feet, as well as Valerie Liukin, her coach in Plano, Texas. There's Bella, says, hey, she's one of ours.
Bella likes it, and some congratulations as well to Vanessa from her fellow competitors. Dominique Moceanu, after her 2 years away from competition, looks a little rusty and still a little bit nervous, but is doing okay. Vanessa Atler survived a nervous start on balance beam, but came back strong with a good floor exercise. Atler, however, will finish up this competition on the uneven bars, an apparatus she's fallen off of at several major competitions over the last few years. That's the moment in this competition that will mean success or failure for Vanessa Atler. But coming up next, Olympic hopeful Morgan tests her nerve on the balance beam.
Gerber has surprisingly to calm your baby.
Morgan White. 9.075 in the vault today, a 9.525 on one of her best events, the bars. Pretty good day so far.
Opened with a very nice mouth punch front to a whoop jump. This is a very interesting series coming right here. Back handspring right to the nodi, very nice.
Onodi is named after the Hungarian Olympic champion gymnast Henrietta Onodi. Anytime a gymnast does an original move in the Worlds or the Olympics, they can get it named after them if they so choose. There's a Borden, isn't there?
There is. I'll let you know if I see it. Nice punch front. Morgan has gained so much confidence this year, competing in a lot of big competitions.
Smooth from start to finish, a very good beam routine from Morgan White, who for once looked happy after finishing an event.
Morgan came off and she said, everything felt great. Morgan will say to me a lot of times when she makes mistakes, I got ahead of myself. I get anxious. So before we started this time, I said, Morgan, you know what you always tell me when you get down, I got ahead of myself. So let's start this time and say that we're going to stay with yourself. Make sure you take care of the first skill, then the second skill, then the third skill. Because if they're worried about their dismount, sometimes they miss the whole routine because they're worried about the dismount. And Morgan's dismount was new on beam. So she did a that was the best beam routine of Morgan's career. She had no wobbles or breaks. It was excellent, and she felt really, really good about that.
Mary Lee Tracy's gym in Cincinnati has been home to 17-year-old Morgan White for several years. Morgan's family moved from Florida to be with her as she pursues an Olympic dream. That goal has become the driving motivation for her family and for herself.
It's the most important thing to me right now. I mean, it's what I'm spending my life, I'm trying to reach this goal. And I've put, all my energy and all my focus into my training, and, even outside of the gym, I'm a 24-hour gymnast, so this is something that is so important to me, and it means everything to me to make the team.
And how much does Morgan White want to make this Olympic team?
So much, it makes me cry.
No visible highs or lows from Morgan White. She takes this so-called best routine of her life in stride, staying under control with one event to go. Amy Chow, also serious and under control, ready to mount the beam, trying to forget, no doubt, the problems she had on uneven bars a short time ago.
After a 9.312 in her first event, the vault, and then a disastrous 8.4 on the bars for the normally spectacular Amy Chow. Now to the beam.
Still doing the standing pull.
I say I love that about this young lady. She goes for daring elements.
to dismount left. Run off the handspring, triple full. It's a great performance after dealing with what she had to deal with on the bars.
So Amy Chow, perhaps with her experience to thank, rebounds nicely from those earlier troubles on bars. And when we return, that other Amy, Amy Walker, no stranger to overcoming adversity, gets her chance on the uneven bars. And J.C. Phelps, who overcame serious injuries to return to this competition, tries out her troubled knees on the floor exercise. 1996 was a remarkable year for J.C. Before winning Olympic gold in Atlanta, J.C. won this very competition in Tulsa, the 96 American Classic. Her coach back then, Mary Lee Tracy. Now, J.C.'s gymnastics career is winding down, but with her experience comes the perspective to deal with it. Her parents, Jack and Cheryl Phelps.
We tried everything we could to talk her out of it, but, when you're an athlete, you have a certain mentality, and, in fact, Cheryl looked at her and said, whatever we say, you're going to do this anyway, and she said, yeah, so, it's like, well, let's do it then, whatever it takes, we'll be there, so.
Basically, I said, okay, we'll jump on your bandwagon, we'll be there for you. If this is what you think you have to do to be happy, then we're there for you, we'll support you, we'll be there.
Competing at championship-level gymnastics again after her doctors told her it probably couldn't be done, J.C. Phelps tests herself now on the floor exercise.
She actually had 3 surgeries on her knee, and her last surgery was a meniscus transplant. And the doctors thought that she would never, ever do gymnastics again. They thought that maybe even running wouldn't be a possibility. So she has done a remarkable job of coming back, and let's see right here in her first tumbling pass, she goes in with a full in. I tell you, sometimes I think I'd rather be out there competing myself than watching her. She makes my heart jump to my throat. Nice front tumbling pass. She actually told me her knee's doing great. The rest of her body is aching a little bit, and I think that has to do with maybe that she's 4 years older than she was in 96.
Routine. One more tumbling pass to go.
Ending with a double pike. She's only been tumbling for about 2 or 3 weeks, and it looks like her legs just aren't quite strong enough yet.
J.C.'s legs may never be strong enough after all they've gone through, but as J.C. tries to hold on, young blood is ready to take over. This sport attracts kids at a young age. It's a natural bonding of kids' energy and desire to bounce and jump and roll around with the right equipment to do it on. For many, the gym becomes a second home, a place to freely do what comes naturally to them, an outlet for energy and expression. That may have been part of the attraction for a very young Amy Walker, who has always loved floor exercise the most. Ironically, the one gymnastic event where sound matters most. Amy, now a very grown-up young woman, living and training and dating in Salt Lake City. Amy hurt her knee a week ago, and doctors won't allow the pounding of floor exercise and vault, so she's only doing uneven bars tonight. With Mom Patsy keeping a watchful eye above, her coach Mary Wright is at her side, cueing her to go when the judges are ready. this night, and not a great score lightly for Amy Walker. But as Bart says, some things are measured by a different standard. And we hope Amy can feel the applause that follows her efforts, even if she can never hear it. When we return, more on Vanessa Atler, her past troubles, and her next event, perhaps her best one, the vault. Have shown more raw talent. Atler was good enough to share the U.S. National Championship 2 years ago, but gymnastics is far more than just physical ability. Mental toughness, being able to focus on each apparatus throughout an entire competition, is just as important. And Atler has struggled with that, especially on the uneven bars. Her battle with the bars has kept her from achieving the success many predicted and expected from her. Those problems, in part, prompted her to leave her longtime coach, Steve Rybacki, and move to Texas to train. Starting fresh, Atler is still reaching to fulfill her golden promise, and this competition may be a turning point. Following ankle surgery and time off to recuperate, she is attempting to compete in all 4 events for the first time in a long time. The gymnastics world is watching her closely.
Talk in the gymnastic world that this young lady might just be able to bring home a medal for the U.S. at the Olympics in Sydney in vaulting. She is dynamic here. Vanessa Atler.
Wow. That was incredible. Beautiful Yurchenko double full. Very difficult vault.
When she's on, Vanessa Atler makes the difficult look pretty easy. Her time off because of injuries may have given her back the motivation she needs.
It was hard, but I think it was good because it made me miss gymnastics, you know, and it made me want to come out there and just, you know, miss flipping and want to do all my stuff back together, miss competing and all the audience and everything. So that's why I'm excited to get back, you know, getting going again. So.
She said she'd like to be a sports psychologist. Well, let's see if she has her head together for her second fall. Amanda, this is a tough vault to land in general, the laid-out handspring front.
A front landing period is very difficult. It's a blind landing. You can't see the ground before it hits you. And I think with that vault, you have to have enough rotation to be able to get your entire body rotated before you hit the ground. And what happened with her is her feet were still a little bit in front of her, just not enough to keep her on her feet.
One of Vanessa's 2 new coaches there to explain what went wrong on that second vault. As a coach, Mary Lee Tracy is in charge of 3 athletes tonight, all with Olympic chances, all with different needs. They are the Cincinnati Kids, and despite their differences, they are a close-knit group. Alyssa Beckerman, Morgan White, and Dominique Moceanu. Moceanu here with sister Christina is the most well-known of the 3.
When I was, 14, I was all struck by it all, the whole, it was just, overwhelming and young and, fun, and I didn't know, what it meant. I didn't know, what I was doing it for. I just did it because I had fun. I went out there and smiled, and because I loved it. 4 years later, I'm an adult, handling my own life now, handling my own bills, living the adult life and, the everyday life as well as training 6-7 hours a day, and this is my life again, but yet it's so much different.
And now Dominique Moceanu, older, wiser, much taller too, is attempting to work around all that's been going on in her life and rededicate herself to the demands and long hours of practice top-level gymnastics requires. Coach Mary Lee Tracy says Dominique has been nervous all night, and nerves are a gymnast nightmare.
Well, one of a select few athletes in the world who has graced the cover of a Wheaties box along with you, Amanda Borden, is Dominique Moceanu here on the beat.
She needs a solid routine here. This is a new play series. Round-off layout.
Moceanu has appeared nervous all night, and those nerves finally betray her on the beam. Remember, she has not competed in 2 years, and the pressure when an Olympic spot is at stake? Where is the confidence an Olympic veteran should